If you're wanting to do an on-demand webinar funnel, this would be used in the case of you've already done a live webinar and you have the recording of it, or you're going to just pre-record one without a live audience. There is a different funnel that you can choose. So to do that, you go into new webinar funnel and you click the on-demand webinar and then continue. Type in your name of the webinar as normal and then next, and again the form that you've created before this step. So you can either upload your webinar in here. You also have the option to actually link in your own YouTube video as well if it's hosted on YouTube. So you're able to do that. For this demonstration, I'll just use a video that I have here. Next, we'll click the next button and you'll see our Alveya template on here, and it says on-demand webinar funnel. The difference being that the live webinar funnel has 4 pages to it and this one only has 3. So you can go ahead and choose that template and it will load those 3 pages into your account. Next, we'll head into that template. And so we have the webinar registration page, the webinar confirmation page, and the broadcast page. If you're wanting them to jump straight from the registration to the broadcast page, I'll show you how to do that now. So we click edit, and again, everything in here is customizable. I've made this template slightly different to the live webinar template just to show you what an image would look like in the background if you're not wanting it so white or beige. So you can change that image by clicking on the section and then changing the image in this part just here. If we want them to jump straight from registering with their details to the broadcast page rather than going to the confirmation page here and having to click this to go to the next page, we can actually skip that one by clicking into the form and say go to website URL, and then once you get the broadcast slug from this page here, you would pop that into this link area just here. So you would first connect your domain name and then name the pages, which I'll show you how to do that down here. To change the domain and the slug, you would click on settings, and this is the page name, and then at the moment we have it as webinar broadcast. So you would have your www.yourdomain.com/webinar broadcast, and if we can copy that and head back into the registration page, click on the form and add in that slug, and then just making sure that you add your domain name in before that. So www.yourdomainname.com/webinar broadcast. And that way, when they register, it will go straight to that broadcast page. If you're happy for them to go to the confirmation page, it would just be go to next page. Going back to the webinar broadcast page now, you can see that's quite a simple page. If I was to click on this video widget, you'll see that it has pulled through the webinar that we uploaded in that setting stage. If you're wanting to do it from a YouTube video or embed the in video or host a video somewhere else, this is where you can choose the actions just here. So that's the difference between a live webinar setup and a on-demand webinar setup. It's mostly just the net number of pages and pulling through that uploaded video. So there's not too much difference. And if you're wanting to actually add the recording of your webinar to one that was previously a live webinar, you can also do that too, and I'll show you in that video later.